A guy spent an entire year reverse engineering Coca-Cola, and the machine he trusted couldn't see the one ingredient that made it Coke. Hold on to that. Because here's the question everyone's asking in 2026. Can you just ask an AI to clone your favorite restaurant dish? Type in the name, hit enter, get the recipe? By the end of this, you'll know exactly where AI nails it, exactly where it falls apart, and the one test that tells them apart every single time. And that Coke story, it's the whole lesson. We'll come back to it. First, the honest part. This stuff is genuinely seductive. You describe a dish, and seconds later, a full recipe is staring back at you. Ingredients, steps, timings, it looks right. And the internet has decided that's the end of the story. AI killed the secret recipe, they say. Reverse engineering used to be hard, now it's free. You've seen that take. There's just one problem with it. The recipe that looks right and the recipe that actually is right, those are two completely different things. And the gap between them is exactly the part a machine can't taste. So back to Coca-Cola. In January, a YouTuber called Lab Coats dropped a 25-minute video. It took me a year. Mass spectrometry, gas chromatography, hundreds of blind taste tests. And it worked. Testers couldn't tell his version from the real thing. One of them said, "If you sold this on a shelf, I'd buy it." But here's the part that should stop you cold. His machine kept missing Coke's signature dry, tannic finish. Why? It was scanning for compounds that vaporize, and the secret ingredient, wine tannins, doesn't vaporize. It was invisible to the machine. A human tongue caught what the instrument physically could not. And get this, the whole mythologized secret formula? Less than 1% of the drink by weight. The other 99 is sugar, caffeine, and acid. So AI killed the secret recipe? Not quite. Let me say that differently. A human with a mass spec and a year of patience cracked it. The AI was the least reliable piece of the whole thing. And I know what you're thinking. Okay, so this is just an anti-AI rant. It really isn't. Because for a huge chunk of cooking, AI copycat genuinely works. Let me show you exactly where. Here's the good news. For a well-documented dish, something 1,000 food bloggers have already cracked, AI is great. It pattern matches all those human recipes into a clean starting draft, a solid ingredient list, a reasonable method. At a restaurant in Kansas City, they ran AI dishes against a real chef's, blind, side by side. On the roasted celery root velouté, diners genuinely couldn't tell which was which. That's the 90%, the easy, documented, forgiving part of a dish. And for that, AI is a fantastic shortcut. Use it as a first draft every single time. But the other 10%, that's where it gets ugly. Same Kansas City test, different dish. A charred Caesar. The AI recipe completely missed one small, crucial step. The kind a cook just knows. And it gets worse. One documented AI carbonara told you to throw out the starchy pasta water. The single most important thing you keep. Swap the guanciale for generic bacon, and dump garlic into a screaming hot pan. Every step confidently wrong. When one team cooked 100 AI recipes, exactly one came out genuinely good. And a grocery store chatbot once suggested a recipe that would have produced chlorine gas. The machine has no idea, because it never tastes a single thing. So here's the honest verdict, and the one test. AI can draft the 90%. You still have to taste the 10. It can't tell plausible from correct, or correct from dangerous. So you, the cook, are still the tasting panel. That's the whole thing. And it's exactly the gap Recipe is built for. Most food apps just hand you a recipe and walk away. Recipe stays in the kitchen with you. The pantry, the plan, the swaps, the real-time calls. Because here's the difference. Other apps run on your phone. Recipe runs your kitchen. Which brings us back to that Coke machine. It missed the secret for the most human reason there is. The secret was something it couldn't sense. The wind didn't come from the instrument. It came from a tongue. So go ahead, let AI draft your copycat. Just remember who's actually doing the cooking. Next time, I'm pulling on a stranger thread. Why AI keeps inventing recipes for dishes that never existed. Stick around for that one.
Subscribe. Long-form explainers, weekday afternoons.